There, classic. You're muted, Miss Rachel. Welcome this evening to William Jeanes Memorial Library's Rainbow Reads with Miss Rachel. We are happy to welcome you here tonight to enjoy some books that are LGBTQ plus positive and affirming and celebrating LGBTQ plus community members and families and individuals. So we have a great collection of books to share with you tonight. And as always, if you are watching live, I don't do a welcome song for this program the way I do for programs for younger kids, but I still would love to say hi to you. So if I can figure out how to keep an eye on this on my phone, then I think I'll be able to see if you comment. We'll see if that's true or not. But anyway, very glad that you are here tonight, whether it's live tonight or watching later another time. And we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go from youngest to oldest. So if you are an older friend watching right now, this will be a little bit babyish for you. But I like for you and your families to see how many different wonderful kinds of books are out there for all different ages. So this one, the first one I'm going to share with you, is called Little Feminist. We are Little Feminists, and this is a series. This one is the families one. It's a board book, so it is meant for our youngest readers. And this one won, I should have looked this up first to be sure. It won an award for 2021 books, and you'll see why. But like I said, it's part of a series. There are other ones also. You can check out littlefeminist.com/books. But this one I'm going to share with you tonight is all about what makes families special. And you can think about what makes your family special. Maybe your family looks like one of the families in this book, or maybe they don't. But all families are special in their own way. We are Little Feminists, families. The photographs and the texts are by a variety of people, which are all credited on the book, but it's published by Little Feminist LLC. Family is, there's glare because it's a beautiful shiny book. Tall shoulders that I can climb. Dance parties, time. Big belly laughs we can share. Silly faces without a care. All our love piled in a heap. A comfy place for me to sleep. Sticky treats dripping down chins and goofy show all my teeth grins. Strong hands holding me steady. Many hands helping me get ready. Jumping up, high and free. Counting to the beat. 1, 2, 3. Holding me close as I grow. Family is love from my head to my toes. Love this series and I love this book because they are just like other board books for young ones with pictures. Babies are always drawn to photographs And it's just a way to normalize all different kinds of families from a very young age, so that from the beginning of the time that children and babies start looking at books, they see all the different ways to be a family and to be a person in the world that there are. So started with a board book for babies. Next, we are going to do a picture book that is relatively new. Little Feminist books, those are new also. Those are from 2020. This is called Plenty of Hugs by well-known author Fran Manushkin, illustrated by Kate Alizadeh. And this is published by, I think, Athenium Dial. The next book is Athenium Dial Books for Young Readers. And this one is for probably toddlers, preschoolers. Um, and just like the Little Feminist book, this one is a great one because it is just a story about a family madly in love with each other, and one day in their lives. And so it is not a book to teach kids about LGBTQ families. Um, it's just a book with beautiful illustrations about a family that kids can identify with, whether it's because the family has two moms or whether it's because the couple is interracial, or whether it's because they ride their bike and your family rides their bikes too, or they like to go to the zoo, or for a number of reasons. It's not a teachy book, it's an enjoyable book for little ones. Plenty of hugs. And it will be more enjoyable if I stop blabbing and just read it. Plenty of Hugs by Fran Manushkin, illustrated by Kate Alizadeh. Sun shines on everyone. There are plenty of fish in the sea. There's a buzz for each bug and a breeze for each tree, and plenty of hugs for you and me. Down! Every worm has a wiggle, and every cow has a moo. There's a leap for each frog and a peep for each, and a giggle each time I tickle you. There's plenty of blue for bluebirds and red for strawberries, too. Look at this happy kid's face, covered with red strawberry. There's grass for gazelles, for each panda, bamboo, and plenty of noodles for me and for you. There are big round eyes for owls, big ears for bunnies, too, a pouch for each sleepy kangaroo, and my strong arms to carry you. Might be hard to see on the screen, but they are reading a book in the bath that has bunnies and owls. And then our friend gets snuggled up in a towel with ears like a kangaroo. Look up. Every star has a sparkle. There's a glow for each firefly, too, a jump for each cricket, a bounce on this one little creature. Nope. A bounce on my knee, and us to make a family. The moon is dozing on a cloud. There's a nest for each chickadee, a pond for each duck, for each squirrel, a tree, and cozy beds for you and for me. The world is full of wonders. Just look around, it's true. There are seas for ships and kisses for lips, so we can whisper. Plenty of hugs. Again, another book that is not teaching us about different ways of being a family, but just a book about a family that a lot of people can relate to. Family who loves each other and goes out and does things for a day and says goodnight with kisses and I love you. I would like to say hello to my friend Josie. I'm glad you're with us tonight. Hope I see you soon. And to anybody else who is watching with us, hello to you. We are moving from books for babies, books for toddlers. Here's a book that is a good one for preschoolers and a little bit older. This is one that lots and lots of us can relate to because it is about a favorite toy. And even though I'm a grown up, I still have favorite toys. I like to use Silly Putty. Actually, now the one I have is called Crazy Erin's Thinking Putty. This is not product placement ad. I'm not getting paid to say that. I just love it and I use it all the time. It's my favorite toy. I bet some of you have a favorite toy or a favorite game or something like that, depending on your age. So you can relate to Teddy in this story and Teddy's favorite toy. Again, another book that is not teaching anything, but it is simply about a child who is gender non-conforming, and even more about how um, what you play with does not have to be for a boy or a girl. Toys are for everyone, no matter what gender or not gender binary a child or a grown-up is. Teddy's Favorite Toy by Christian Timmer, illustrated by Madeline Valentine. This one is published by Athenium Books for Young Readers. Teddy's favorite toy. Is it the troll or the hula hoop or the car? Let's find out. Teddy's favorite toy. It has lots of cool toys, like this one. And 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 this one. Maybe you're like Teddy and you have a lot of favorite toys too. It's hard to choose your favorite thing to play with, but this one is Teddy's absolute favorite. Brenda, warrior queen of Pacifica, has the best manners. Why, yes, I will have another cardamom scone. Thank you, they say at the tea party. She has the thickest fighting skills. Flying crane spinning spin. He is able to pull off a number of different looks, like this one. Well, my goodness, look at that. There is a lot going on there with Brenda's outfit. And the troll says, "Yes, queen." Look at more looks. This one and this one. That's my personal favorite. And this one. Now, it looks to me like in this one, Brenda is wearing a sock as like a mermaid outfit and a sock like a hat and has got 3 braids. But that's not all. Even this one, a bag of pretzels with a pretzel on top. Many different looks. One morning, in the middle of a particularly epic battle, this happened. Oh no. I'm going to put this in a little closer so you can see what it is that has happened. Look at that. Brenda's leg snapped off in the middle of this big, giant, epic battle of the toys that has been going on here. Oh, Teddy tried to fix her with scissors. Can you see what Teddy did? Cut off the troll's hair to make string to tie it back on. And then Teddy tried sticky bubble gum to stick it back on and tape, but to no avail. That means no matter what Teddy tried, it didn't work. He carefully bandaged her wounds, vowing to try again later. Look at that. He really, really tried to fix her up, but it's time for him to go to school. Mom says goodbye. Then Teddy headed off to school, unaware that something truly awful was about to happen. Now, what's happening in these pictures? You can see Mom walks by Teddy's room and sees peeking out of the door. And so she goes in the room and she sees a big, giant mess. And she wants to be helpful. So she puts on some tunes. She starts picking up trash and throwing things away and straightening things up. But look what she put in the trash. She could hardly tell that it was Brenda. She was all wrapped up. And then she took the trash out to the trash can. And then the garbage truck took it away. That's the awful thing that happened. When Teddy returned home, he immediately spotted a problem. His room is clean. The troll's on the bed. Brenda is not on the bed where he left her. He searched for Brenda in all of the likeliest places, but nothing. He sought out his mom and detailed the situation. Mom says, "Oh no." She remembers what happened. When you see a bubble like this around a picture, it means that's what the person is thinking. She is remembering, she's thinking about that. Oh no! And now she's thinking about and remembering this. Oh no! Teddy's mom sprang into action. Stay here. He displayed the best manners. Excuse me? Pardon me? She lands on the bike. She performed some impressive moves. All the while, she looked pretty fierce. Yeah, says Teddy as his mom grabs Brenda. I think Teddy's mom is a lot like Brenda. She has some cool moves. She springs into action. She gets the job done. Teddy and Brenda were reunited that night after an extra long bath. Teddy, Teddy's mom, and Teddy's favorite toy engaged in a most magnificent battle. What can you see here? Teddy is holding Brenda's snapped off leg. And Brenda is still an amazing warrior, even without her leg reattached. It was cool. Now, see, he's hugging Brenda in one arm and holding her leg in the other. And he's smiling. Everything is going to be okay. And look, Brenda can still ride on the dinosaur. I wonder what kinds of things she's going to do with her broken parts. Seems like she's the kind of warrior who could just adjust to any kind of changing situation, right? Teddy's favorite toy was rescued, fortunately. And like I said before, there's nothing in that book that tells you anything about Teddy's gender or gender identity or um, his family, just that a kid who has lots and lots of toys can play with all of them, can play with any of them. Any of them can be their favorite. So I like books that um, don't have only gender conforming kids and characters in them, like that one. So we have one more thing I'm going to share with you, and you don't have time to read the whole thing because it is a big one, but it is one I highly recommend that you check out so you can look at more at home. This one is for even yet older kids. Been having a little progression tonight. This one is called Queer Heroes. Meet 53 LGBTQ heroes from past and present. It's written by Arabelle Sicardi, illustrated by Sarah Tanat Jones, and it is beautifully illustrated, lots of great information, the kind of book that you don't have to read cover to cover. You can flip through and find people that you'd like to know more about. There are 53 featured in this book. I just chose one to share with you tonight for an example so you can see. Um, Maybe you haven't heard of Thea, the musician, the performing artist named Sia. I chose to share with you a page featuring Sia. Now, like the title says, there are heroes in this book, past and present, from ones long, long ago and ones that are still alive today, like Sia. Now, there's one picture, so I'll show you the picture, and then I will have to turn the book around a little bit so I can read it a little better. But if you check this out and borrow it at home, you'll be able to see much better, no pun intended, about Thea. There is the picture of Thea. So if you didn't know who I was talking about, maybe somewhere you've seen pictures of this musician who has a very unusual and distinctive way of dressing. That is Sia. She was born December 18th, 1975, in Adelaide, Australia. Actually, I might be able to hold this up while I'm reading. Let's give it a try and see. And over here on this side is Tim Cook. So you can read about Tim Cook if you'd like to, if you check this book out. But tonight, I'm going to read to you about Thea. Hidden behind an enormous wig, Thea took on the music industry on her own terms, refusing to reveal herself to the world until she was ready. Today, she is known as one of the most talented singer songwriters of our time. Born in Australia in 1975, Thea Kate Isabel Furler grew up in a creative household. Her father was a musician, while her mother was a visual artist and lecturer. Creativity was in her veins, and Sia spent the start of her career writing songs, singing, joining several different groups, and moving across the world to the UK and then on to the US. However, it wasn't until one of her songs was used in US TV show 6 Feet Under that people really began to take notice. As Sia gained more attention, she began to struggle with depression and substance abuse, and so made the decision to take a step back from performing to focus on her health. Once out of the spotlight, Sia began to focus on creating hit songs for other pop stars and collaborated with the likes of Katy Perry, Rihanna, Flo Rida, I might have said that one wrong, not sure about that, and David Guetta. A few years later, Sia decided to come back into the public view, singing her own songs. However, this time she was going to do it her own way and tried to protect her privacy by keeping her identity out of the media. Donning her now signature oversized wig covering her face, Sia released the song Chandelier, which was a huge success, making Sia a household name. Thea has been open in the media and has said in interviews that she has dated both men and women in the past. In 2017, she wrote an open letter for Billboard as part of their work for Pride, thanking her queer community for their unwavering support. So, somebody who is attracted to both men and women is called someone who is bisexual, and Thea is one of those people. And the reason this book is called Queer Heroes is because those are people who, for one reason or another, might be famous, that people have heard of them, whether it's because they're musicians like Sia or because they are doing activist work to support LGBTQ people. But for whatever reason, they've been heard of and known, and they can do amazing things um, with their fame. There are also lots of great heroes who nobody really knows and nobody has heard of, who are quietly doing wonderful, wonderful things to support LGBTQ plus um, people in our community. And maybe you can be one of those people. I'm not saying you won't be famous someday, maybe you will. But even if you're not, you can do things like sticking up for people who are being teased or bullied or who are not being treated fairly for lots of different reasons. Those are heroic things that you can do as a kid right now. Well, of course, as an adult too, but you don't have to be an adult to be a hero. I hope you are all heroes, and I hope you will come to the library. We have some open hours now. You can check our website to see when, and check out some of these great books that are here waiting for you. Good night, my friends. Thanks for joining me.